Hi. So to re-clarify my last message, or I should say my last blog, Luciferian isn't the name that would be called. I really don't know what to call it. It kind of developed on its own during my own experiences through life and things unexplainable to me that I could only say its name as I am, or a universal intelligence of infinite proportion. Again, when I died, I quite learned a bit, and yeah, Luciferian isn't the way to say it. I don't have a word for this belief, but I've felt it, I've heard it, I've seen that part of the world, of that world, the other side. I've heard it on this side, and again, it guided me to everything I'm at now, and it kept me alive. It kept bringing me back to life over and over again. I'm pretty sure it was to meet my wife, or there's some bigger purpose for me, which I have no idea. I don't feel like I'm that much important, but I guess I am. Otherwise, I wouldn't have snapped out of my depression and sat up and did this today, because I wasn't. I'm glad I did. I'm glad I finally opened up to something I've been wanting to do for the last 2 years, because just holding all this in my head just was driving me crazy. There's a thing about after doing some of the psychoactive chemicals to heal myself, not to get high, things that when I came back, knowledge I obtained, things I could do that now are just, they happen all the time now after the last 2 weeks. Writing a language that I could only see if I'd ever really, tripped on dimethyltryptamine, or went back to that space. There's a reason why I'm alive. I've tried to commit suicide so many times, but relentlessly, if you want to call it God, I am, universal energy, whatever. I don't know what to call it. It has kept me from dying, literally. I just keep coming back. So this is the follow-up video to my message. I started tattooing, and I always never wanted to tattoo. It was not a thing. I was into piercing, body modification. But all of a sudden, I just bought a tattoo gun and started doing it. By the time my second time, I figured I could do automatic writing with it, and spiritual channeling. Quite nervous right now because I have to remake a video. It's not very much fun, but I have to explain that. Yeah, wrong word. Maybe a shaman, or you know, I'm Blackfoot Cherokee. I've been to a few pawpaws. I've done the rituals. Um, from all the trauma I went through, it did help, but I haven't done any kind of healing since 2006, where a lot of horrible things happened to me, all the way up till I turned 30. When I came back home from Oregon after traveling for quite a while, magically I met my wife. Now here's a story about my wife. When I was 15 years old, I wrote a poem. I wasn't dating anybody. I was outside with my dad, with a telescope looking at the stars and watching, shooting stars or comets. And I was making a wish that I find the woman of my dreams in my life, marry her, and be happy. And I kept having these dreams of this girl. I had no face, but I could see her body, her tattoos, her style. I was 15. At 30, I met this woman, but I wrote a 4-page poem that exactly explained her, called Black Moth, and then a secondary called Crimson Moth. Oh, guess what? It came true. 15 years later, after going through a whole bunch of stuff that it was horrible. It was horrible what I was going through. But here I am. So I'm going to end this with that. I will see you again soon.